Peterbot is one of the best players in the world, and he has been for so many seasons upon seasons now, and this is because of one reason, one of his main reasons: his Fortnite settings, his Windows settings, how he gets zero input delay. And in this video I'll be explaining all of these, how he gets zero input delay, what his Windows settings are, what his aiming sensitivity is, all for free, boys. You just have to watch along till the very end, because Peterbot has some secret settings that you guys do not know about, and you have to watch the video to actually know about it. Oh boys, before we get into this video, if I can ask for you guys to do one thing in return, please do leave a subscribe and leave a like on this video. It will mean so much to me. But without further ado, let's get straight into this. Now, first of all, what we're going to talk about, and a very important setting that he has changed, his display settings. And you're going to be thinking, how has he changed it? Well boys, I'll get into it in just 2 seconds. Windowed mode, he is of course playing full screen. I'm not going to get into this setting, I say every single one. You need to be playing full screen. If you're not playing full screen and playing windowed full screen, this should be because of one reason. If you're using a custom crosshair, if you're using a custom crosshair like Crosshair X, I'm pretty sure you have to be playing window full screen. But of course Peterbot isn't, he's just playing normal full screen. It gives you the least input delay. Now, for his resolution, last season we did see a lot of pros switch back to native, which is 1920 by 1080. Did Peterbot? Yes, he did. He switched to 1920 by 1080. But now this season he has switched back to stretch resolution, and so many other players are as well. He has switched to 1720 by 1080. Of course, now many of you are going to be thinking, why on earth has he switched back? Obviously every single season is different. In this season a lot of pros are saying if you're playing stretch, the delay feels so much smoother, and of course subconsciously some people say that aim gets better as well. So do I recommend you guys playing stretched? 100%. In every single scenario, stretch res will guarantee you less delay. Why is this? Because your processor has to process less image quality, because stretch res won't look good as normal res. Unfortunately there's nothing you can do about that, but of course with this there's less strain on your CPU and GPU, so you get less delay, so it cancels each other out. Do I play stretch res? Yes, of course. I've started to switch to it now, and the delay is honestly 10 times better. I really do recommend you guys switch to it as well. Now moving on to this, one other display setting, his HUD scale. You guys, all of you watching this video might be playing 100% and you don't even know about it. What Peterbot is playing 65%. Obviously if you have a smaller HUD scale you can actually see more of your screen. So let's say you have 100% HUD scale, the map is going to look massive, your materials are going to look massive, every single weapon in your inventory is going to look massive. But if you just turn it down a little bit, you can see more of a screen. It's 10 times better. Make sure you do play around 65%. Now moving on to his graphics, for brightness he's playing 150%, the maximum, just like many other pros. This is because if there's anyone lurking in the shadows that you can't see if you're playing on 100% brightness, you're almost guaranteed to see them if you're playing 150. And in this new Fortnite map it is a tiny bit dark as well, so I recommend all of you guys watching this video to actually bump up, play on 150%, 130% is completely fine. Just I don't really recommend 100, it is a tiny bit too dark. User interface contrast of course 1x, don't be playing anything else. Now, a very important setting, colorblind mode. Again, we've seen in previous seasons, Peterbot's playing Triton rope, Juten rope, this, that. What is he playing this season? He has colorblind mode off. I'm not joking, he has no colorblind mode. Colorblind strength of 7, so he used to play some colorblind mode with a strength of 7. But this season he has it off. Do I recommend you guys do it? In my opinion, genuinely just try it out. It is complete preference, but for the best player in the world, it is off. Now moving on to his graphics quality, of course he has everything on low except one thing: his view distance. On his view distance he's playing on high. Why is this? Because when you're landing, let's say from the battle bus, and you see loads of guns on the floor, if your view distance is on low, it is literally blurred. But if your view distance is on high, then you're able to see all the guns and you can see enemies further on in the distance. Now do I think you guys should play view distance high or medium? Boys, I genuinely think crank it up to high. It hardly decreases your performance. You're still going to have the same frames, your delay is going to be the same, I guess the tiniest bit different, but you won't even realise it. Honestly, the raw is so much more. Make sure the view distance you're playing on high, but everything else low, just like Peterbot. Now moving on to probably some of the most important settings that you guys have actually been watching this video for. His mouse settings, what's his DPI, what's his X and Y sensitivity, what's his building sensitivity. Right, first off, remember you're going to have to be using his DPI. What DPI is he playing? He is playing 800 DPI. Remember, if you're playing anything else, this will not be the same for you, and you will not be playing Peterbot settings. Now, for his hertz, for his refresh rate on his mouse, he's playing 1000 hertz polling rate. I recommend most of you guys playing around 1000 to 2000. Don't really go above 3000 though. Right, now, most importantly again, X and Y sensitivity. What is Peterbot, the best player in the world, playing? 6.4, 6.4. I'm pretty sure he was playing very, very similar to this last season, and it is a very good sensitivity. Most pros are playing around this area. It is super, super good. Targeting and scope sensitivity, both the same, 45%, 45%. Why is he playing the same? Because obviously he wants his muscle memory to be absolutely perfect, so he has to be playing the same. Most of you watching this video, if you don't want to play 45%, make sure you are still playing the same targeting and scope. Let's say 40%, 40%, or 50%, 50%. Make sure it's the same. Same as building and editing, obviously it has to be the same. Your muscle memory must be able to get used to it as quick as possible and be as consistent as possible. Right, building and editing, obviously 100 and 100%. Now that we are done with his Fortnite settings, we can move on to his Windows settings. Boys, this took me so long to find. Make sure you do follow along this really closely. Right, what we're going to do, head over to the search bar, search GPU, graphics settings pops up, click onto that, hardware accelerated GPU scheduling. Now, most PC tweakers, literally almost every single PC tweaker says turn this on because it reduces latency and improves performance. Boys, not in this case of Fortnite, because Fortnite is a CPU based game. What does GPU scheduling do? Takes all the strain from your CPU and places it onto your GPU. So obviously no strain on your CPU, and you want strain on your CPU for Fortnite because it's a CPU based game. Another example of this is when you upgrade your GPU for Fortnite, you don't really see that much increase of frames, but if you upgrade your CPU, that is where you see your frames go up hundreds and hundreds. So make sure this is off. Now another thing, most people say have Fortnite here, but in Peterbot's case and many others just like me as well, we don't have it here, because when you have it here, your delay is a bit more, because obviously puts all the strain from your CPU onto your GPU, which you don't want. Remember, this is only in terms of Fortnite. If you're not watching this video for Fortnite, you do not need to do this part. Once you're done this, turn this off and no Fortnite here. You have to be restarting your PC for this to take into action. And one other thing that he has done, literally click on that back arrow, run this search bar, search game mode settings pops up. Now, when game mode is on, Windows optimizes your PC for play. Now boys, in my opinion, this is only in some PCs. If you have a bad PC like a Ryzen 3 or a Ryzen 5, you should have this off. But if you have a Ryzen 7 or a Ryzen 9, make sure to turn this on. Or if you're not sure, join the Discord link in the description of my video. It's my Discord server. We have like 2,000 people on there. Just type in general chat, say, Genshi, do I have it on or off? Here are my specs, this and that, and I'll let you know. I reply to every single one of you guys. But for me, I have this on. Peterbot's case as well, he has a literal NASA PC, so he also has this on. Whilst we're on here, I just want to quickly tell you guys about Game Bar. You need to seriously have this off. Every single Fortnite pro, literally every single one you can think of in the top of your head, has this off. Same as captures, boys. You need to have this off. And you might be thinking, Genshi, what do I use to clip stuff? You need to be using NVIDIA GeForce Experience. This uses so much processors, so much strain on your CPU and GPU. Game Bar right here. You need to have this off. It is genuinely 10 times better. Again, the free option again, NVIDIA GeForce Experience, it is so much better. Right, now we are done with this video, boys. I hope you did enjoy. Please do leave a like on this video and comment if you have changed any of your settings, and if you're confused about anything, remember, join my Discord. I'll reply to every single one of you in the general chat. But without further ado, let's get into more videos on later this week.